pine trees lining the winding road. I've got a name, I've got a name.
Gentlemen, welcome. Week 13 Bud Baller review in the books, and it was rather uninteresting to say the least. I would say that myself and Sawyer had the closest matchup, although several categories are pretty far spread apart, but could have been much closer had Sawyer done a little bit of team management last week. Tim, I also wouldn't thought I would have said this. 2-game win streak for Tim this season, who is currently half a game, or I apologize, 1.5 games out of a playoff spot. I would have bet all the money in the world that wasn't going to happen. John took it to Jackson. Tom beat up on Drew pretty damn good, and Alec versus Chris, fucking whatever, no show. 4-3 double-doubles in that one, so barn burner. Me versus Sawyer, like I said, I ended this one 7-3, but this very easily could have been a win for Sawyer. One, leaves Brandon Ingram on his bench for 2 games. In that time, he had a double-double and a triple-double. So I would have lost double-doubles and lost triple-doubles. Score would now be 6-5, and I used 9 of my pickups. Sawyer didn't use 1. So had Sawyer used some pickups, could have flipped possibly 3s, possibly assists. I mean, this one, I don't think I should have won this matchup looking back at it, but I did, and that's it. So I would have been 7-2, only would have lost to John and Tom, 2-game win streak, record of 12-1-0 in first place by 2 games. Meanwhile, Sawyer slides down to, or is in 7th, would have been 6-3, only lost to myself, John, and Tom. 3-game losing streak for Sawdog, still only 1 full game out of 6th place, so nothing to feel bad about because everyone besides the top 4 teams and Tim lost this week. So, not the end of the world. John and Jackson. Jackson, most assists in the league again this week with 204. But John, 13 double-doubles to 6, 2 double-doubles to nothing. 140-point difference, 14 three-pointer difference, almost 100 rebound difference. The two of the categories that two of the categories Jackson won. He only won by 2 assists, won by 1 steal, and blocks are separated by 6. That's a pretty high number of blocks. But overall, John, this one could have been even bigger. But MVP for John's going to be AD, 630 from the field, 95 points, 53 rebounds, 23 assists, 6 steals, 4 double-doubles. John in second place, 8-1, only would have lost to Tom this week. 5-game win streak for John, record 10-3-0. Meanwhile, Jackson, 3-6, only would have beaten Chris, Tim, and Mike. 1-game losing streak, record of 6-7-0. Half-game lead over Mike in 5th place. But it doesn't matter because everyone below Jackson besides Tim lost, so he's not going to slide down in the standings. Tom and Drew. Tom had highest field goal, most threes with 110, most points with 882, most steals with 48, most blocks with 45. Still lost to Drew in double-doubles by 1, but not a big deal because he crushed in every other category. MVP for Tom's going to be... I couldn't decide, actually, because while no one really put it to the pedal, or to the floor, points-wise, Tom did have 4 guys score over 80 points this week with Hero, D'Angelo Russell, Jimmy Butler, and Jason Tatum. Tatum not even having that good of a, really the last 3 weeks. I mean, he's still ranked in the 20s right now, but drafted in the 4th spot in our league overall. Slightly higher hopes expected out of him. Doesn't matter because Tom Team's been balling the last little while now. Anyway, Hero, MVP, 14 threes, 82 points, 25 rebounds, 1 double-double. Tom would have been 9-0 because of the collective effort of his squad. 1-game win streak, record of 8-5-0, all alone in 4th place with a 2-game lead over 5th. Meanwhile, Drew, 3-5-1, would have beaten Tim, Mike, and Jackson. Would have tied Chris, 2-game losing streak for Drew, record of 3-10-0. Did get Halliburton back, and surprisingly, Drew and Chris, this is, we've only got 7 weeks left, so not saying it's easy, but They're only 2.5 games, either 2.5 or 3.5 games out of a playoff spot. I think it's 2.5 games. So, you never want to say never, but it's not like anybody's totally out of it. But anyway, Alec and Chris, this is another one. Alec won by 23s, 150 points, over 100 rebounds, 40 more assists, almost 20 blocks. Only won 43 in double-doubles, but did win 2-1 in triple-doubles. MVP for Alex going to be Julius Randle, 12 threes, 85 points, 38 rebounds, 24 assists, 1 triple-double. Alec would have been 5-4, only losing to myself, John, Tom, and Sawyer. And Chris down in last place, 8-1, the deep end of the pool, Poole, as some might say. Player of the week going to be, by Yahoo's rankings, Domantas Sabonis, averaged 7.08 from the field, 21 points, 11.5 rebounds, 10.5 assists, and a block a game. Also averaged a double-double. My pick is probably going to be Embiid, though, because he put up minimum 33 points in the last 4 games. He had like over 150 points on the week. He's putting up insane numbers. He just put up 70 points tonight, most points in 76er history. So big. He just continues to do it night in and night out, and usually like through 3 quarters as well. So pretty impressive. Shouts out myself, first and only person to what's the designation automatically in the playoffs? Clinch the playoffs. That's it. Week 14 matchups. We got Sawyer versus John, Mike versus Tom, Tim versus Alec, Jackson versus Drew, and me versus Chris. See ya, boys.